there, Internet. Jasmine and Brandon here with some comic book reviews for ya.
Yeah, comic books!
That's what they are.
I know.
So I got a chance to read Aquaman #6, written by Jeff Johns, one of my very favorite writers in DC. And if you remember last month, I told you that I'm really liking the direction that this book is going because it's finally telling what happened to Atlantis, how it sank, and the whole story. I've really been interested. Well, this book kind of takes a break, and it feels like the whole book is kind of meaningless. It starts out making you feel like you're just reading a PSA, and it really doesn't go anywhere, and it means nothing towards the Atlantis story. It is all about Mera. The art was interesting, and there were some pretty cool action sequences where she kind of pulls water out of someone's body. It's really cool, but otherwise, I'm pretty much just going to give this book 2 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey there, nerds. Jasmine here with my comic reviews for the week. I just read Bart Simpson #68. It is pretty much just a life and times of Bart Simpson. It's very cute, very adorable, and it reminded me of when I watched The Simpsons in the 90s, and it was pretty cool, and I loved it. You pretty much just get a few short stories about stuff Bart does and how he's kind of creating mischief and sort of not being the bad guy, and I really liked it. I actually want to go back and read a lot more of these, and they're easy to just pick up and put down. They're just one-shots. Definitely check it out. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. I just put down The Flash #6, and I gotta say I love this comic. I know a lot of people didn't like where it was going after the last issue and how Mob Rule ended. It was kind of weird, but I love this book, and a ton of crazy stuff happened in this issue, and I can't even allude towards any of it because it would be a major, major spoiler for you, so definitely check it out. I can say, though, that Flash is awesome, and he's sort of battling with not only himself, but Captain Cold, and a lot of cool things happen, and I just want to take a second to say that this art is beautiful. These splash pages are amazing, and this comic is so well written that I wish that Francis Manapul should have just been given this book like 10 years ago and let him run with it. I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Next up is Little Depressed Boy #9. Everyone knows that I am a huge fangirl for this comic, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. In this issue, LDB gets a job finally, and it's pretty awesome. You also see a really cool relationship emerge between him and his best friend, which we've always really seen, but this one was just really funny. There was sort of a tongue-in-cheek of memories past and crazy things that they used to do, and it was just really, really funny, as well as really, really sweet. And as everyone knows, I love this book. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. You should be checking it out.
Hey there guys, Cubby here, and I got to read Thor, the Mighty Thor, #11. Whoa. I've missed out on the last 6 issues of this book. I think the last one I read was #6 when Olivia Coipel's run ended. I missed out on a ton because Tartarus is now Thor. Thor no one knew about in the last couple issues. So he remembers where he's from. He's getting other people to remember, and Loki is actually helping the Silver Surfer and other people realize that Tantarus is actually a bad guy working for the Trolls, which is really weird that there's Trolls in the Marvel Universe. I don't get it. I don't remember them, but they look cool. Surprisingly, because I thought Trolls always looked weird and dumb. But overall, story, action is really, really good, really fun and upbeat. Ends on a really, really big cliffhanger. Cannot wait for the next issue. I'm going to give this book a solid 5 Nerd Skulls. Hey there guys, Cubby here, and I got to read Mondo this week. This is a very interesting book. I didn't know what to think of it at first. I saw kind of cool artwork, a lot of black and white, very contrasting. It's very interesting what the artist did. It's actually Ted McKeever. He also wrote the book. He's done some stuff at DC before, but this story was interesting. It's about a guy who works at a chicken factory the chicken factory makes these mutated chickens that are like twice the size, which is really weird and really, really, against regulation. So it's kind of like a messed up world. But something happens, he gets half chicken powers, and then a chicken tells him to eat an egg, and he gets full chicken powers. And it turns out really cool. I know it sounds dumb, but it's really cool the way it happens. I don't know, the only thing I can think of is it's gonna be like a Family Guy, Peter versus the chicken fight, but way badass. That's what I'm getting. It probably isn't, it's probably way more deep, but first issue, I don't know. Check it out, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna give it 3.5 Nerd Skulls as well. Hey there guys, Cubby here with my comic reviews this week. I got to read No Place Like Home #1, and holy crap, really good book. It's pretty much a tale of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. It's kind of reset in more modern times. It's around 2001, I believe this book takes place. And it's kind of a hard-edged, badass chick coming back from LA. Her name's Dee. Dorothy, probably, I'm assuming, because they don't say her full name. But she finds that her parents have been killed in a mysterious way. She comes to bury them. Someone, the town drunk, keeps telling her to leave, and crap ensues. It ends with a big cliffhanger. So I'm really excited what happens next. A lot of blood, a lot of neck blood. It was kind of gruesome, so it was really good. Overall, artwork is a little dirty, but it kind of works for this book. I don't really like it, but it's not bad. So I'm going to give the art a 3, but overall the book is about a 3.5.
What's going on, guys? Brandon here. I got to read Batman: The Dark Knight number 6, and this has to be my least favorite Batman comic book coming out. I hate to say it, but it seems like just a total shock factor book that's not really much of a story, especially compared to Batman and Robin going on. I just feel like this is the extra title that doesn't need to be there. So I am going to keep reading because I'm a diehard Batman fan. Sucks, I'll read every Batman title out there, but this is the one I'm least looking forward to. I'm going to give it 2.5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. I got to read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 7, and I am loving this book. This is such a cool comic book. I love that they were relaunching it, and yeah, I had a lot of hope, but I figured that it was going to be kind of crappy. But so far, it has been nothing but awesome. It's a whole bunch of homages to the original Ninja Turtle stuff. I think the introductions are now over, so we're going to get into just new story and regular awesomeness. I can't say enough good things about this book. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. What's going on? I read Bulletproof Coffin number 2, and that was a mistake. I hate ripping books apart. I really do, but I'm just not enjoying this one. Was confused by 1. I was hoping 2 kind of fix that, and it didn't. It's a bunch of short stories going on within the story. They're at a jazz club, and guys talking about all these different events, and we have the main character sitting at the bar talking a little bit, but with the mass cloud of confusion I got from reading number 1, number 2 has done nothing but make that cloud a lot bigger. So like I said, I really do hate to rip apart books, but I'm gonna have to give this 1 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey guys, this is Haley with my review of Jennifer's Blood number 9. I thought this book was interesting. I like anti-heroes, so I definitely was able to get through the book from the beginning to the end, and I found it intriguing to see how this selfish character works with her family. So I liked it for that aspect, but I don't know if I was drawn in enough to continue reading the series, so I'm only going to give it 3 Nerd Skulls. This is my review of Prophet number 22, and I liked the last issue, the first one since they rebooted it, but I felt like it was the same gimmick over again. They were really just trying to push you to love this different world and all this art, which I really liked the art. But I felt like there wasn't enough conflict. There was only conflict halfway through the comic, so I found myself wondering, why am I reading this story? And once you get to the conflict, it feels forced. I liked that there wasn't a lot of dialogue, but then it ended up being really hard to focus. So I'm only going to give it 2.5 Nerd Skulls this time.
All right, that is going to do it for our comic book reviews this week. But until next week, be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page, and check out nerdlocker.com for all your nerdy news. My name's Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we'll see you next week for even more comic book reviews.